Hello, fabulous Cancer. This particular Mars retrograde season, lots is happening this Mars retrograde season. And a lot of it really is happening in a part of the sky for you. On the one hand, there's a part of your sky that's going to be lit up part of the time. It has to do with, look, on an immediate level, it has to do with creation and the energy of life and however you experience that. So for some of you, it is through creative pursuits, artistic pursuits, performance that you feel most alive, right? If you ask anyone who is a performer, who is in a performance-oriented endeavor or work or job, there is something about being in that moment that makes a person feel particularly alive. It's about presence, and it's about being completely where you are right then and completely focused on what it is that you're doing. That's one part of it. But another part of it is the energy, right? Knowing that there's a circle of energy taking place between you and whatever and whoever your audience may be. So there's that one part of it, right? Creative endeavors are going to be especially highlighted and especially important to you. This is also the energy of fertility, right? In all things, but yes, physically as well. So I think some of you may surprise yourself. Look, you are the sign, after all, of moms, right? Cancer is the mom energy. Now, every Cancerian out there, that doesn't mean every Cancer out there has children necessarily. A lot depends on how, that energy is placed in your unique chart. But having said that, this could bring with it some, surprising desires, okay? You might also find yourself very fertile as well. So you really want to be very mindful of that and really careful of that as well. And you also want to watch how it is ultimately that you are feeling within your own body, within your own well-being. There's going to be a really strong desire to know creative energy and to know that energy of being a creator in your own life. And one way, if you're not utilizing this energy, like if you know that you're a person who's always known that you don't want to have children, either this will be a life-changing time when that completely changes for you in some very dramatic ways, although I think that that likelihood is much more for the Leos out there than it would be for you. But let's say all else being equal, all of a sudden you find yourself really, really like your body just saying, oh, you're dreaming about pregnancies and all this kind of stuff and having babies and all this kind of stuff. Well, you can sit with that and see how that feels. And this might be either a time when you really go a whole other way, you realize that's what you want to do now that you've changed your mind, or it might be a time when you just take a little bit of a detour before coming back to the path that you truly do want to be on. But regardless, just know that the likelihood is, all else being equal, right? The likelihood is that you are very fertile right about now. And there are a lot of ways to address this energy, of course, whether it is physically, whether it is just wanting to spend time with kids. I mean, that could be just what you need to bring out the big kid in you and to understand this energy that much more deeply. But of course, there are going to be some of you out there where it is about flirting, getting your flirt on. And I think regardless of your relationship status, you likely are going to be wanting to getting out and about and just having fun and enjoying life and meeting new people and learning about yourself through that interaction that happens in the process of the flirt. So there are going to be those of you out there who are going to be very much wanting to have these types of experiences and of learning about yourself through other people, especially those very spontaneous, very fun interactions that can happen when you're getting to know somebody new. So be open to that. Be open to joy all around. This energy speaks very strongly to joy. There'll also be a lot of work, okay? So there'll be a time for a lot of fun, and then there'll be a time for a whole lot of work. And you really want to watch late August, big turning point where it comes to work. And also, the other important month happens in the late part of April. So April's a real turning point as well, particularly the second half. These are times you want to watch when big changes are set to take place in terms of the work you are doing and your understanding of the work that you want to do. And with that clarity, there's going to be a sense of determination as to what it is that you truly desire to do. And some very dramatic changes are certainly possible, especially once we get to the late part of August. But the more you embrace it, the more you roll with it, the more you'll find the universe sort of tugging you towards new projects, new clients, or maybe a whole new path that turns out to be much more solid and much more true to the expression that you desire your work to take.